Good morning, beautiful, ugly people. Oh, I mean just beautiful people. If you're ugly, you need to go back to bed. You need to be able to sleep. Okay, so I'll be your host for a couple of hours today per se. So first of all, let me introduce myself before I go any further. I'm in the lab already, so y'all excuse my snaps. They might not look the best. But my name is Jarjue, and most of my friends call me Blake Breezy, and people that know me on social platforms. So, and I'm a biomedical laboratory technician / research assistant, and I work at the infectious disease clinic at EFSTH. But I don't know, EFSTH is the former RVTH. It was just changed like a few years ago by our president. I'm working at Jarjue Medical Center. Like I said, I'm a research assistant. I did a research sometime last year on. Like I said, I'm also a research assistant, and sometime last year I did a research on outcome of pregnancy in HIV positive women. When I said I work at the infectious disease clinic, what I meant was I see HIV patients and chronic TB patients. The research I did on outcome of pregnancy HIV positive women will be published in the British Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Yeah, me. So what I plan on doing today is showing y'all what my day is like, what I do for a living, and basically tell you about HIV. I still get people asking me if HIV is real. That's funny, but y'all can ask questions like, I'm here to answer them. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a few things about HIV and the things we do here in the Gambia, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you the HIV test procedure. Show you the other tests we do for HIV patients, the services we offer for HIV patients, and whatever questions y'all have, y'all can ask. I'll try and demonstrate every question y'all have to the best of my ability, so y'all can keep them coming. I'm here for y'all today. First of all, there's a difference between HIV and AIDS. So people, y'all are undefined. Monas. Sorry about that. Like I was saying, there's a difference between HIV and AIDS. HIV is what develops into AIDS. My assistant is not here today, so I'm the only one here, and I'm seeing patients and snacking, so y'all bear with me. There are 3 types of HIV. You have HIV 1, HIV 2, and you have dual. Those with HIV, both HIV 1 and HIV 2. I'm so busy, I didn't even have time to wear my lab coat, but I got my gloves on, so I'm going to take you out to the test procedure. Here at the infectious disease clinic, we have doctors, nurse counselors, and laboratory scientists. So we all work together. When a patient comes in, they are first seen by a counselor, because you need to be counseled, like we grade your knowledge of HIV. The things you need to know about HIV, mentally prepare you for the test, because you never know.
They using both the SD biland and the hexagon. For the SD biland, they just write in positive instead of the one.
I had a bunch of patients. I was busy as fuck. Excuse my language. So I will show you my workstation before I show you the test procedure. So I will show you my workstation and the different type of tests I'm about to do. Then I'll go in. Okay, so these are the EDTA. EDTA stands for Italian diamine tetraacetic acid, and we usually the CD4 count is done for HIV patients, and they are the white blood cells, T helper cells that specifically fight HIV. So it is done for HIV patients. It is done for HIV patients to monitor the effectiveness of the antiretroviral therapy. And you also, so antiretroviral therapy, ARVs or ART, is a drug given to HIV patients to help fight the virus. So ARV is not just one specific drug. There are different types of ARV. You have lamivudine, pseudovodine, and nevirapine. So I won't go too much into that. If you have any questions regarding the ARVs too, you can ask and I'll answer your questions. Before I go into the HIV test procedure, I will illustrate when a patient first comes to the clinic, the steps he or she has to go through before they reach my laboratory. Do the HIV test too, it is absolutely free. You can come to Banjul, IDC, and we can have a test done for you. You can follow me and holler at me if you have any questions or you need anything done. We'll leave down my different social media accounts, and I'll also leave my Snap later so you can follow me there. When a patient comes to the clinic, they are taken to the counselors. We have a couple of lay counselors here who take them through the pre. I'm having a busy ass day, like everything is not going as planned. I wish I could show y'all more, but I'll try. Patient just comes and goes to the counseling department for pre-counseling, and they're told about HIV and like ways you can get it, how to prevent it, and all that. They could tell you more about that too, but I will not waste too much time on that. If you want to know more, you can just holler, or you can come through and do the HIV test. Waste so much time, like I will show you now the different test kits we have and how the whole HIV test is done. Coming in. It's actually a good thing some of y'all find me funny. Okay, I will answer your questions one at a time. I'm tired. I haven't even eaten it. Like this is a typical day for me. So studied, and what did I do? Well, actually, I started here in the Gambia. Surprise! And I did biomedical. I was doing what Novik does best. Oh, the light's actually back. Light went. And I did biomedical laboratory technician. So, biomedical laboratory. Questions are coming in, but let me finish up with this first, and I'll get to each and every possible question. It comes from the counseling department, and they proceed to the lab. A venous sample is collected, at least 2 or 3 meals, and we proceed to the testing. The different test kits we have, how the test is carried out, and yeah. This is called the determinant. It was previously used like countrywide, but it's currently not available, so we have a new test kit. Determinant, it's actually peeled like this, and the test is carried out, which I'm about to show you in a minute. This is what the determinant looks like. This is the sample part where you put the sample, and this is the patient part, and this is the control part. So the determinant is a qualitative immunoassay for the detection of HIV antibodies, HIV 1 and 2, using serum. What it does is not detect the HIV virus itself, but detect the HIV antibodies, because if you have HIV, your body will produce antibodies to fight against it. So the determinant is the primary test, like it's the first test done to determine if the person is positive or negative. Understand what I meant by serum? The part on top, that's what the serum looks like, and the one below is the whole blood. Usually when we leave the sample for 5 minutes or so like this, you have a separation between the whole blood and the serum. The determined sample part is designed. If you use whole blood, it will clot before it gets to the control part. And what I mean is the sample will be agglutinated, as in it will clump together and it will not make it will not flow to the control. I will demonstrate what I meant. This is the pipette and this is the yellow tip, which is used to collect the serum from the EDTA or sample container. I'll collect 50 microliters of serum, which is what's needed for the determined sample part, and I'll put it there already. So this line that you're seeing, this is the patient line, and this means the test is positive. The serum needs to flow to the control part. You need to get a line on the control part to show that the test is actually accurate. The control is actually there to make sure the test is valid. So even if you have a line on the patient line and there's the control, there is no line, then that means the test is invalid and you need to repeat it again. Determinant is qualitative, so all it tells you is if the patient is positive or negative, and that is when you proceed to the other test kits to determine the serotyping of the HIV. I want to say they kind of recognize me well. I live at Old Joshua and I went to Methodist Academy too, so that might be it, or maybe you saw me around. So I will answer a few of the questions I currently have, and I'll get back to the second part of the test procedure. Tired as hell. So, being able to fast more like how old I am. Well, old enough. Also said they kind of recognize me. Well, I went to Methodist Academy and I live in Old Joshua, so that might be it. Or maybe you saw me around. Someone also said I should speak Wolof. Well, how many of you think you're big enough Wolof? So that's why I decided to go with the universal language. But I'll speak Wolof too if you want me to. You trying to get me to speak Wolof though? I can't go angry or what? Because I think like everybody else should come on and understand my very well. I try as hard as possible not to use too many medical terms or break it down whenever I do, bring and understand. But what if you can know when I'm like a sauce and boy, you're going to come from a fold, like a little bit of both, but if you have any questions and you need me to say it in Wolof, just let me know and I'm gonna do that. Thanks, Links, for the beautiful message, man. I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do, man. Like, I do this on my home. Like, I know people around me, I try to talk to them about HIV all the time because it's real. And you need to protect yourself. Stay aware, man. Most people don't know this, but the HIV population of the Gambia grows every year. And you are either infected or affected. So stay woke. Don't discriminate, man. People read up on HIV. The ways people think it's even actually transferred, like it's actually not transferred like that. Hey Aisha, I see you, but actually I don't. You see me. And yes, Gina, it's me. So keep clicking the snaps. So still pouring in, like I can't even proceed to the word. But I'll answer the few that I have and then go back to what I was doing. All the love y'all showing me, man, it's just beautiful. Like my heart is filled. And thanks Snap Gambia for giving me this platform too. Y'all need to thank. So y'all can keep the questions pouring in. I'm gonna get back to the second part of the test procedure and let's communicate. Let's talk, y'all. So for those of y'all asking, like I work at RVTH and I work at Sharab Medical Center too. It's behind Nigeria Embassy at Carnival Layout. Because of that, I'm usually busy throughout the day. Like I work 14 hours a day. Like, yo, man. I'm gonna get back to the lab right now and I'll break down my day for you when I come back in a minute. So this is what's usually collected and it's put into a tube. Like I said in the earlier snaps, we were using determin before, but this is what we are using now. And this is called the SD Bioline. So I will show you in a minute. So this is what the SD Bioline looks like. And if you look closely, you'll see a C and a T. And the C is the control as usual to make sure the test is valid. I mean, the SD Bioline actually tells you if it's HIV 1 or 2 or it's 2. So that is why sample parts are different. So I'm still getting patient, so I'm being interrupted, but in a minute. Guess who's back, boy? Yo, I'm tired as hell. I gotta eat though, man. But I gotta continue this first. That's how I work. Guess who's back, boy? Yo, I'm tired as hell. I gotta eat, man. But gotta continue this work first. That's what I do, how I do. Before I go, I'm gonna answer a few of your questions. Someone just asked, like, what motivates me? So this snap is almost over, so I'll answer that in the next snap. What motivates me? Well, without a second thought, like my mom. Like, my mom is my biggest inspiration. She's the reason why I do what I do, man. Like, people that know me might say I'm a mama's boy, but we're all born of a woman, but I just have the best, y'all. Y'all just need to agree with this one, man. My mama raised a fine young man, man. She motivates the boy. She's still, like, she's my biggest advisor. And one more thing, like prayer. Like, keep praying. Like, prayer works. Trust me, I know this. Keep praying for yourself. Pray for yourself every day, man. Pray for yourself, y'all. And do have your parents pray for you. And do pray for your parents too, because they're going to live longer to pray for you. Keep it locked. Y'all need to understand, not everybody can speak Wolof, man. And someone just asked, like, I don't speak French or German, so you just have to cope. Okay, for real though, y'all need to chill with the Wolof, man. Okay, y'all happy now? Come down here. Oh, okay, someone just asked how long it takes for you to get your result. Like, from the laboratory, it takes a minimum of 15 minutes, but 30 minutes max you should get your HIV results. Yo, I need me some of that ginger, man. Yo, Omid Wisdom, highlight your boy, man. I need me some of that energy right now. Like earlier, we are currently using the SD bar line for the HIV primary testing. And like I said earlier, the SD bar line is actually better than the determinant because it can also indicate the HIV serotyping. The SD bar line is better than the determinant is you can use both whole blood and serum, so you don't actually have to spin the sample. The SD line and the determine, which is this one, they are both HIV, like primary HIV testing. They just tell you whether it's positive or negative. And I know even though the SD line does indicate the HIV typing, like this one, this HIV1, the first response or hexagon. First response or hexagon, we are not using hexagon anymore. This is the first response. This is the only one you use to tell the HIV serotype. Using this one. So if this one turns out positive and you want to know whether it's HIV 1, 2 or dual, then we use this one to determine that. This earlier ending was positive and the first response was also done and it was S1. You see the control line and then the line at the one that means it's a control line always needs to appear to make sure the test is valid. So if it was S2, HIV2, you see a control and line at the 2. If it was HIV2, a line will appear at the control and at the number 2, and there will be no line at 1. HIV3, you will see a line at the 1, the 2, and the control, which means it's HIV3, which is dual. Mention this. Unlike the determine, we need a chase buffer for this one because it's whole blood. Looks like there are different types of chase buffers. You see, this one is for the first response, this one is for malaria, RDT. You see, like you have different ones here. Regardless of whether it's positive or negative, we have a record book where we record our results, but we don't write names, we just write numbers for confidentiality. For confidentiality, we don't write names. We only record names at the counseling department because we have a very high level of confidentiality. I couldn't show you guys everything I wanted to, but you can ask questions and hopefully I'll get to host another time and then give you more details about the whole process. The test is done, the results sent to the counseling department and they post-test cancel the patient. If it's positive, a folder is open for the patient into like CD4 and viral load, and they come for clinics and they get antiretroviral therapy depending on their CD4. Is post-test cancel advice like prevention measures and all that, abstinence and different types of way to stay HIV free. HIV negative, they're asked to come back 3 months later because there's a window period of 3 months and you might have been infected within those 3 months. That's the reason why. Right now I think that's about it because I haven't eaten yet and I have to go to my second job. Like I'm already running late. So yeah, keep the questions coming. I'll answer as soon as I oh, I thought I had something to happen. So someone just asked how much we make in a year. I don't know said no from Bala or what. Oh, the messages are still coming in, man. Y'all are beautiful, man. My country is a beautiful place. I love y'all, man. Thanks for the love. So one foolish girl just decided to guess my age. She actually got it right back. So I'm headed to my second job. I'll be with y'all in a minute. You won't believe this, but I'm finally about to eat breakfast. This is not even breakfast, this is lunch. Nah, it's actually dinner, man. I need to slow down. That's what it's like working 2 jobs in the Gambia. Well, it's pretty normal, just very busy. And you'll be surprised to see how many Gambians have 2 jobs or more. So, unlike RVTH, we don't use any paper at Shara Medical Center. When the patient first comes, like they go to the receptionist and they send through the computer to the doctor. Receptionists, they are sent to the nursing station where their vitals are collected and the patient is sent to the doctor for a consultation review. So from the doctor, the patient is sent to the lab where his or her sample is collected, and the results is sent through the computer to the doctor again. From the doctor, the patient's prescription is sent to the pharmacy. So the patient just goes to the pharmacy and says his or her name, and he's given medication. So basically, we are the only paperless clinic in the whole country. We keep it popping, we keep it classic, now I'm saying, 2017. And there are a whole lot of services that are only offered by only Shara Medical Center in the whole country. A couple years ago, a patient has to go all the way to UK or Senegal to get endoscopy done. Or a surgical procedure will have to be done for the doctor to determine the patient's internal condition. You don't need to do all that. You can just come to Shara Medical Center and only a tube will be inside it and a digital picture will be taken. The only one in the country. And Shara Medical Center is also the first hospital to introduce medical tourism. And by medical tourism, what I mean is we have patients coming from different countries, from West Africa and Europe, to Shara Medical Center for treatment. First in the country. A couple of months ago, we had a patient come from Nigeria and a penile surgery was done, and now the patient has a child. Amazing, right? And I can go on and on about it, but I'm gonna take my foot off the pedal for now. But y'all can come and check it out yourself. One person asked why I would do to go to the Gambia. To get their people, bro. Like, why do people work? Come on, man. Someone just said, 2 jobs, and you call yourself bro? Well, yeah, so Shara Medical Center is paperless. Like when a patient comes, they go straight to the receptionist and a file is opened to them and sent to the nursing station. The nursing station, their vitals are collected and the patient is sent to the doctor through the computer. And from the doctor sees the patient and then sends the patient to the lab by sending the patient's request to the computer again, and the patient goes. So the lab collects the patient's blood sample, urine, semen, depending on the test that's supposed to be done, does the test and sends the results to the computer again. So the doctor sees the patient and sends the prescription of the patient through the computer to the pharmacy. So the patient just goes to the pharmacy and says his or her name. The pharmacy hands out the prescription and sends the patient's invoice to the accounts department, where the patient goes again and then pays her bill or his bill. So Shara Medical Center is the only paperless clinic in the whole country, rather. Amazing, right? Okay, and Shara Medical Center has done a lot of amazing things in the Gambia since its inception in 2011. It has been the first to do a whole lot of things. Apart from being the only paperless medical center in the country, Shara Medical Center is the only clinic that has endoscopy done. Years ago, you would have to go to Nigeria or all the way to UK or even to Dakar to have endoscopy done. And Shara Medical Center is the first hospital to introduce medical tourism in Uganda. What I mean by that is we have patients coming from outside countries for medical treatment. A few months ago, we had a patient come from Nigeria and a penile surgery was done. And now the patient actually has a child. Amazing, right? So these are just a few things we offer here. So I'm gonna put my foot on the pedal for now. You can come and check it out for yourself. Amazing medical service already here. The Gambia is developing. We need a little bit more help, but it's happening. think I have posted too many snaps today. Y'all think I should stop or what? Tell me. Y'all be asking silly questions, man. Well, I love both my jobs. Like, I've actually just been here for 4 months or so. And I have been at Banjul for a couple of years, 4 or 5 years now. So, it's awesome. The love keeps pouring in, man. Like, I'm flattered. Like, thank you to everybody, man. Like, I appreciate the love. So, I just had a marriage proposal. I'm getting married, y'all. So, an advice I would give to my younger self is to stay motivated, because there were a couple of times where I lost hope, man. Never lose hope. Sickle cell currently doesn't have a treatment, but Yapsen is working on a treatment. So you only have ways of monitoring it in the Gambia right now. To answer your question, I think MRC will be a great place for you to go, and they can monitor your ailment and put you on medical therapy. Like, come on, man. Like, what for you, Lord? Really, man? Okay, see. And I'm not Joel, I'm actually Mandinka. I know my surname is Jarjue, but I'm Mandinka and Joel.
I got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power.
Y'all keep asking me how much my salary is. Get out of my pocket, son. Someone just asked like how long it takes before the HIV virus manifests. Well, that depends on the person too. The duration varies. People have different amount of CD4s, T helper cells. So, depending on the person's T helper cells, the duration will vary. But to answer your question, it can take about 5 to sometimes even 6-7 years before a person realizes that they're actually HIV positive. Okay, this girl keeps trying to add me to the Jola gang. Come next my Jola, balen ma. Pokuma siyen. And someone just said Gambia mostly bachelor engineering and 2 jobs. Like, I know people with 2 wives that work 2 jobs. Trust me, you'll be surprised, man. And yes, I was in Methodist Academy. Actually from grade 7 to grade 12. Methodist has been my life. That school made me, boy. Yeah, keep your head up, like stay motivated. Whatever you put your mind to, do it. Like, nothing is impossible, trust me. Nothing. Man, I'm tired already, but I still have messages flooding in, man. But I'll try and answer as much as possible.